Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome to Bobby Tracy on the eastern edge of Dartmoor. The plan for today is slightly different to usual, as today we're aiming for an FKT, or a fastest known time, and the plan is to run 44.06 kilometres from here across the moors all the way to Tavistock. I've got just under 7 hours and 28 minutes to do it, starting now. Let's go. Alright, so we are just leaving Bobby Tracy. Today is the 31st of May. And it's been about 2 weeks since I last filmed a video at the Hackney Half back in London. And yeah, the plan for today is something I've always wanted to do, which is to try and cross Dartmoor from east to west from Bovey, which is close to where I grew up. I'm going to run over the moors, starting with a huge hill, then going to be a little bit undulating with obviously moorland underfoot, and then we'll be going down the other side and descending into Tavistock. So I've got about 7 hours and 28 minutes to do it, unsupported, which means my family can't come and cheer me on, not allowed to take any pictures of me. I've also got all my water with me, so I'm carrying 3 litres of water, and yeah, I've got 7 hours and 28 minutes to do it if I want to get onto the fastest known time leaderboard in first place. That helps because only one person has attempted it before up until this point, so hopefully we can try and beat them. Right, ahead of me I've got about a 7-kilometre climb to get up to Haytor, and I think I've gone the wrong way. I don't think this path goes anywhere unless it goes through there. Let's have a look. So there's going to be a bit of this to start with because there's been a lot of development work in Bovey, so I'm not 100% sure exactly where I'm going to get out of town, but once we get up onto the moors I should be alright. I am also treating this as if it was a proper event, so I've got all the safety gear that I would need. I've got obviously my coat, which is rated highly enough to take part in UTMB. I've got backup clothes, backup calories, and yeah, first aid kit, foil blanket, all the good stuff that you need if this was a proper race. So I think this is where the climb starts. So it's also a beautiful day, which means I've broken out the bucket hat for the first time, and I've got sun cream on to hopefully keep me protected, as it's going to be pretty exposed once we get up onto the moors, but also the weather's pretty changeable up there. Alright, only 42.9k to go. One thing I am going to try and be careful of is to not go too hard on this first 7k, because if we look at the watch on the upcoming climbs, the first 7k is all uphill with an average gradient of about 7%. So currently 6.21 kilometers left of that climb and only 355 meters of climbing. So I'm going to try and take it easy on this first climb, save some energy, because I've still got a long way to go after that. So literally 2 kilometers into the run, we've already got our first bit of history. I'm currently running on top of the Dartmoor Granite Tramway. If you don't know what it is, it's a very interesting piece of old infrastructure that was used to transport granite down from Dartmoor to the river and to the sea to export the granite all across the country and beyond. So it's essentially what it sounds like, a tramway made of granite that would kind of act as like a railway line to steer all the old carts. And we're now leaving the road and we're in to some cool woods. Right, this is beautiful. Already having a great time, just 2k into the run. Here we go, guys. Does that even look steep? Probably not on camera, but it does in person. Right. Still not even 3k into this walk yet. Walk, run. Not even 3k in. Right. Here we go. So back there, my route was supposed to go off this road and turn right. And there was a sign that said, public right of way, out of use. What does that mean? Surely if it's a public right of way, then it's a public right of way. A farmer can't just decide that it's out of use. But anyway, to stick within the FKT guidelines, I've gone around. There's a bit more on the road and it actually doesn't look very nice, this corner coming up. And annoyingly, I'm gonna have to lose some elevation in a minute to then just give it straight back. All right, let's try this again. This way. A bit of flat and downhill, so I guess I should run. Right. Let's go. Oh, there we go, that answers my question. So that's where I should have come from. And now, back on the Dartmoor Way, back on the Granite Tramway. Back on course. Only 40.5 kilometres to go. Oh, all part of the fun. All part of the fun. Oh, still going uphill. That's 5k in. And my average pace is about 9 minutes a kilometre. So, with that detour, we've still got 3k to the top of this hill. So, it's added maybe a little bit extra than what I planned for, but still feeling good. So that's Bovey Tracy, the town down there. You can just see that through the trees. That's where we started. And yeah, it's been slow going this first 7k. Only 6k in, just over 50 minutes already. So 7 hours, 28 minutes. It's going to be a tough task if we carry on at this pace, but we will see. I estimated it would take me about 6.5 hours. I'd like to do it in under that, but that might be unrealistic. We'll see what the ground conditions are like as we get properly up onto the moors. To give you an idea of how steep it is, my heart rate is currently 144. I ran Copenhagen Marathon on the 11th of May, it's now the 31st, so what's that, 20 days ago, 3 weeks. My average heart rate was 155 for the whole marathon, and I'm currently walking up a hill. Look at these views behind me. Wow. Right, I can finally see the top of the hill. I can finally see it. Alright, here we go. It's quite windy, but we are now 1 hour and 14 minutes in at the top of the first hill. So, you got Haytall, which is off to my side. You got Teignmouth and the Tean estuary behind me. And in front of us, we've got about 25-30k of open moorland. So, my watch is telling me it's flat, so it's time to run. Right, first taste of the wind up on the moors. Here we go. Back down from that tour. Now the climb starts up to the next one. Here we go. Second hill climbed. We're now hopefully going to have a few more runnable sections, because we are now, let's check, 146 and I've still only run 11.5k, so hopefully we've got a few more runnable sections now, as yeah, walking through some wild horses, some little baby ones. Hello. So yeah, hopefully we'll have a few more runnable ones now. Looks like we're coming out onto a road. So should be a bit more runnable. Here we go. The wind has definitely picked up now on top of the moors. And that's the end of the road section. So we're now back off-road. Here we go. Oh, I don't know if the GoPro's picking that up, but it looks pretty good from here. We can now see where we're going pretty much most of the way to the finish. And as we come over this hill, we've got exactly 20 miles left. We'll be in the next town, which I can see just down there with that churches, if you can see that, in about 2 kilometres. But this downhill is going to be pretty steep and probably quite technical, so it's not going to be that enjoyable, but at least it's not too hot. Right. What a view, guys, what a view. This is Dartmoor. Wow, that's how steep it is. At least it's on the road for now. We'll see whether that's good or bad, but it's not too technical while it's paved. That's 13k or 8 miles up, coming up for 2 hours, but I'm hoping we've done the worst of it now, and most of it should be fairly quick moving. We will see though. There's going to be a big hill coming out of this town, which is Widdicombe on the Moor, so that's going to be a bit brutal, but I'm hoping once we get past that, it's going to be a bit more runnable than that first section, providing this downhill doesn't absolutely cook my legs. Right. Just got to keep running now, and we'll be there in no time. Alright, here we are. This is the first of the 3 checkpoints that I've made on the watch. We're now in Widdicombe on the Moor. So there is a shop here, there is a cafe. I don't need to stop in it, so I've got all my stuff with me, and yeah, I'm going for that unsupported FKT. But here we are. Very nice cafe here, cafe on the green, and yeah, I've got just under 19 miles to go, 30.3k. That downhill I've just come down was pretty brutal on the legs, so I've got taking a little walk now, and then we will be going up the big hill in front of me. Right. This is flat enough to run, so let's do it. Here we go. Just ticked over 2 hours. I'm a little bit behind on water, so I'm going to try and drink some more of that now on this uphill. And there'll also be time to eat something else. I've had 50 grams of carbs so far on this run, but I need to probably have a gel or something when we start going back uphill. Right, let's go. So on this uphill, I might as well run you through all the gear I've got with me today. So I'm wearing the Solomon S-Lab bucket hat, got my Sun God Ultras, I've got the Solomon ADV 12 pack on, I've got a 1.5 water litre bladder in it, I've got 3 of the Solomon water bottles, then just got a Kip Run t-shirt on, the Kip Run trail shorts that have got the waistband all the way around with the stretchy pockets like my marathon shorts, and then I've got the Hoka Speed Goat 5s on the feet. I've had these shoes for about 2 years. I've only run about 100k in them, of which 54k was in one go when I did the only other ultra that I've done. And yeah, they're perfect for this type of run, but where I live in London, they don't get much use, because otherwise I'm just wearing down the lugs on tarmac. It's alright when I'm doing a run like this, but to take them out every day, I noticed after a few runs I was already wearing down the lugs which is the whole point of having them. So yeah, I've had them for about 2 years. They've got about 100k in them, and they're pretty good for what I'm doing today. So there we are. This hill, it's an absolute beast. So I will crack on, check in with you in a bit. I've finished my water, by the way. So now I need to get started on drinking some more water, because I've got 3 kilograms of water in this pack. So I need to start drinking it, take some weight off. And I'm sweating loads, so need to rehydrate. Right, here we go, onwards. Halfway. So just going down this huge hill. I've walked up and down this loads of times, so I know where I am. It's very windy, so I'll catch up with you at the bottom. Alright, here we are. This is Dartmoor. This is checkpoint 2 on the watch. So we've got now 9k to Princetown and 22k to the finish. So just run down a huge hill, pounded the legs, and now the next section is not going to be that fun. We've got a lot of uphill to do. Currently time is 3 hours 27, so we're looking at about 7 hours if we carry on at this pace. So we will see. Hopefully the second half will be a bit faster. Right, I need to work out where I'm going. I think down there. Let's see. Yeah, we're going down here. Oh shit. I'm going down here. Here we go. Of Princetown. From Princetown, it's downhill all the way. See the mast in the distance. That's about 4 kilometers away, and from there we're nearly done. So the wind's picked up, so I'm not sure if you can hear me. So I'm gonna keep moving. My legs are starting to feel tired now. Still moving quick. It's as quickly as I can, running where I can, and yeah, moving forwards. So, let's go. Alright, so we've got 14.5 kilometers left. We have covered 30.5, and in time wise that's been 4 hours 46 minutes and 30 seconds. So we are still moving to a good pace. I don't think I'm going to get in my time goal of about 6.5 hours because the hills just keep coming. My legs are starting to feel a bit tired and the GoPro battery is running out, so I will keep moving. I'll update you when I can, but yeah, getting tough now, we're still having fun. Right, let's go. That bus is going to Tavistock, so am I. Let's see who gets there first. I switched to the phone, the GoPro's down to 1% battery. Hopefully you can hear me. I'm just now on the old railway that leaves Princetown, and I think I can see where I'm going. I've got the mast behind me now after running towards it pretty much all day, and yeah, we've got just over 10k left. I just ran for about 2k. My legs are feeling good. Just taking it easy, not rushing. I see civilization in front of me. It's a shame it's 10k away. All right, gonna put you away, get back to running. Let's go. Well, the route says I've got to cross this river. So with 9k left, I think I'm about to get wet feet. Right. Oh. Foot's in. Right. Ah. Right, well, I've got one wet foot, so at least one's still dry. Man, I don't have the strength in my legs to stop me falling over there. Right, 9.1k left. 2% on the GoPro. Let's go. Alright, we are coming down off the moors now, and I'm now going back up a hill. Just run down for about 2k, and now I'm going up a 600 metre long climb with an average gradient of 11%. Not what I need 5.5 hours into this run, and I've just realised I've forgotten to eat my peanut butter and jam sandwich, so I don't know if I'm going to eat it now until I get to the end, so we might save it as a treat for the finish line in Tavistock. Right, how much more of this climb we got? Another 450 metres. Woo, this is climb 13 out of 15 though, so only 2 left after this one. I got a sneaking suspicion one of them is only a little bump. So there's the climb behind me. Woo. Legs are feeling it now. Right. We're still moving well though, especially considering I have not trained for this. I live in London where it's flat and this route's like 1400 whatever meters of climbing, so I've definitely not trained for this. Right, here we go. I think this is a false summit. I know there's more, but we'll keep moving. What's that? 39k, which means we've got about 6k left. Whew. Right, still feeling good. Let's go. Right, I think we're at the top of that final kicker. Here we go. I'm hoping it's pretty much downhill all the way home now. 6.5k left. Here we go. Still on the High Moor Way, or the High Moor Link, whatever it's called. And here we go. Nice bit of downhill. .9k left, and this is the final hill. So far we have climbed 1,573 meters of elevation. According to the watch, I've got 3 left. 1.8k left. The GoPro's dead. We switched to the iPhone, and we're nearly there. Here we go. Dartmoor, east to west. Done. And that is time of 6 hours, 52 minutes and 25 seconds. Let's go.